another edition of SOULutions with WRIGHT and Vince White, V-Dub in the house. Peace, love, light, everybody. We are very excited to have you back again. I hope everybody's enjoying this beautiful Sunday. It's another day to just reflect on all of the things you have to be grateful for. That's my motto. Gratitude is the attitude that I want to conduct myself in daily and at all times. Today we're going to be talking about challenging your belief system. The reason why I wanted to talk about that is sometimes when I have conversations with people, I recognize that we are all stuck in a thought pattern. That thought pattern comes from, it starts at childhood. It's the foundation that you were raised upon. It starts with your parents. You know what I mean? The first authoritative figures in our lives, right? And they teach you their belief system, right? And so what happens is it's not that our parents are wrong, right? But they learned their belief system from their parents, and so on and so on. And so there is, so my aunt used to always buy me games when I was a kid. And one of the games, or one of the things, was called "To Know Your History is to Know Your Greatness," right? So there is something amazing about knowing that far back down your lines certain practices, right? But there is a point where that belief system can be fit inside a box. It still has the walls of confinement. And so today I want to talk to you guys about challenging those walls. You know what I mean? Challenging, because we do later on in life. Like, you think you start with your parents, then from your parents, you have your family members. Then from there you have, for me, it was church, right? From church, you have school, right? From school, what are other authoritative figures? Like the police officers, right? When you were a kid, you saw the police in a different light, right? As you grew older, right? That was a belief system that you started to challenge. As you grew older, certain things you learned in school, that's why you ask questions. You question it. You were challenging these beliefs, right? When you go back to church, we are told a lot of other things, right? But without the conviction of the practice in that faith, you start to challenge it, right? So then you go back to your parents. And from the moment you become 5 or 2, you know what I'm saying? The terrible twos or whatever they call it. You start to challenge them. So today we want to just challenge your belief system. This is something that'll help you, I hope, right? To just open your mind to possibilities even misunderstood or unknown. Just because you don't know about it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Like, I don't know that much about certain sports teams, but they exist. There are people out here doing things that are being recorded, but I don't know about it. It doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It's just not within my thought process, right? So everybody listening, right? This is what I want you to do. I want you to say the word plant, but don't say the word plant out loud. Say it in your head. Now, can you hear the word plant when you say it in your head, even though nobody else is saying it? When you say to yourself, and we're just using the word plant, when you say plant in your mind, you can hear it. Whose voice is that? Because the voice that I'm speaking right now that you can hear is the voice of Brian, right? But when I speak plant into my mind, nobody else can hear that but me. So whose voice is that? It also goes to what ears are hearing that, because it's not an outside voice coming inside. It's an inside voice staying inside, but resonating to the point where you can feel it in your entire body. Now, it's just like dreams. For those of us who have dreams, which majority of us do, your eyes are closed. So what eye is seeing the dream? These are things to give you a glimpse that there's something much bigger that we haven't been taught about. You know what I mean? Some people say it's the voice of God. It's the voice of your intuition. It's the voice of your soul or your spirit, right? Or it's just a loud thought, which is kind of an oxymoron. You know what I mean? A loud thought, really, I guess, in my opinion, would be a thought that materialized into this physical reality, right? So what I'm challenging right now is the belief that the only things that exist are the things that we see and the things that we can physically interact with, right? There's something much, much bigger. There's something much more special about all of us. You know, when I challenge the beliefs, I challenge my belief in our government. You know what I mean? I do. And I don't feel bad about that. And the reason why I challenge it is there's so many things that are promoted and advertised and marketed towards us that are very unhealthy for us. From the entertainment that we watch, from the food that is available to us. We live in Cleveland, Ohio. I'll tell you this. In Cleveland, Ohio, if it's 8 or 9 o'clock at night, right, there's only a few places available to go and get food. And I can guarantee you the food is going to be fried, right? It's going to be greasy. When you go to the gas stations around Cleveland, right, there are 9 million versions of fruit drinks and soda pops and everything. And you can get some of them all the way down to a quarter. Gas is $17 million a gallon right now, but you can get a sugary drink for a quarter, right? But if you want a water, it's just as expensive as the gas. I mean, how is that possible? This is me just going on a tangent, but this is how I've challenged my belief. This is how I've seen outside of the box of just what is in front of me. You know what I mean? I know very soon we are going to be doing a show on meditation, right? The benefits of it and the how-to of it. And then I'd like to start doing guided meditations. But the reason why I'm saying that is in order to challenge a belief, it starts in you. It starts again, just like every show we talk about with the thought. You have to think, is there something more? Why are we being subjected to bad foods, bad programming? You know what I mean? What are they trying to block us from? Right? My belief now is knowing that voice. They don't want you to hear that voice. They want you to pay attention to the voice that they put in front of you. They want you to pay attention to the program. They want you to bite down and work your tail off just so you can buy your son a $250 pair of shoes. Right? Don't get me wrong. I've been guilty of that too. Hey, I still want some of these nice looking shoes. Don't get me wrong. Except I'm not going to sacrifice my time, talent, and resources, right, just for a pair of shoes. That's me challenging another belief. I mean, there's something much more valuable about that. Vince came in today and he threw me for a loop, y'all. He came in and he was talking about this dude, and I'm gonna give it to him in a second. And I don't want to give any clues on it, but this is something that it's just we're challenging your thoughts right now. We want you to challenge your perspectives, your beliefs. This is about opening your mind. Come on with it, Vince.
Okay. Good afternoon today. I'm just jumping in, be right over there holding it down. And like I told him earlier today, I was listening to a guy, and his name is Jordan Maxwell, and he was talking about the kingdom and the kingdom of God. Well, the only kingdom that we reference on earth is the animal kingdom. And I was like, oh, okay, that sounds good. And he also made a reference. He said that when you go see animals, we go down to the zoo. And he also said that zoo and got a brain.
Zodiac.
Okay, my brain.
I remember, man, because you blew me with that one. I was like, whoa, zoo and Zodiac.
And Zodiac have the same origin. Okay, so here's how it goes, and this is just his perception. When you look at the Zodiac and you look at the example of the actual signs, they are animals.
All of them have an animal involved in it.
All the signs have an animal. Okay, so now look at this. When you reference the Zodiac, okay, and then you look at the picture that I think it was Michelangelo did of the Last Supper.
Right.
How many disciples do you have?
12.
And you good with numbers, B, right? Because I was going to ask you about this. So I was going to ask you. So, and these are just numbers. So here's what we got. We got the 12 zodiac signs. We have the 12 disciples. And then also he pointed out that it was a lady in the picture sitting next to Christ or Jesus. And not, so who's the lady? Well, they're saying that the lady is Virgo, the virgin. I think that's the correlation of because I don't know a lot about astrology or the zodiac, but Virgo means virgin. So when we look at things and we see this numbering system, and that's what I was going to talk to you about, Brian, one day. Jesus had 12 disciples. We have 12 zodiac signs.
We got 12 months.
12 months in the year. How long do we go to school, regular school?
Yeah, we go for a while. It ain't 12 months, though.
But no. It's 12, what? Nah. When you graduate from high school.
Oh, yeah, 12 years. You go to 12th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
12.
then you have the program when you go through and you have was it the 12-step program?
Yeah, I think so.
It is. It's the 12-step program.
I probably should be on that on Fridays and Saturdays.
So, and I was going to ask you about that, but see, these are these numbers, and these are things that we were never taught.
Right.
Because a lot of times when they talk about the origin of Christianity, they say it's not a physical or people, it's astrological.
Right.
And I'm not going to really get into that, so you can do more research on that. But
that's a great point, because like you said, the three wise men were following a star. They were astronomers, right? When you were saying that, something jumped into my mind. In the zodiac, all 12 signs aren't represented by an animal. Because Cancer sign.
Yeah, hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. Keep talking.
And then you got to think Aquarius is the water bearer, but there is 12 signs, so it still is a correlation, because even when you think about old Eastern beliefs, right, they have like the year of the dragon, the year of the rat, the year of the snake, the year of the things. I mean, those are other. I'm telling you, challenge your beliefs, folks.
Yes.
Look, we may not have every fact, right? This is to teach you something, but it's more so to lead you towards you finding more for yourself, right? Learn your zodiac sign. Learn what some of the traits of your zodiac are, right? Learn what your life path number is, right? All you got to do is Google your life path number, right? And when you do that, it'll give you a calculator. It'll add up your birthday and give you a life path number. With that life path number, it'll start to define it for you. And I'll guarantee you, when you listen to these things, you'll hear characteristics about yourself that you're familiar with, and some that you will be more willing to accept responsibility for, right? this will help you learn more about you, right? There are so many codes to this non-instructional manual for life, because we don't get a book on this. The books that we are taught are supposed to teach us everything, right? Are worded in ways that we don't quite translate into our own life experiences so that it can benefit us, right? Now, I'm not saying that everything that you know is wrong. I'm definitely not saying that. I'm just saying if growth can be had, right? If you are the best you can be, then that means you can imagine a better you. So challenge your current place, challenge your current feeling, right? Everything is it's about waking up to meet that challenge. But the challenge doesn't have to be negative, right? I want to be a better me than I was yesterday, every day. But that doesn't mean that I was a bad me then. It just means that if I loved on 10 people yesterday, right? And today I don't have to work, so maybe I can love on 15, right? And what I mean by love on is just passing the goodness of your heart, right? Challenging their current situation. It's all about just giving people another perspective. Everything is not based on fear. That's what we are taught. That's what we ingest. I mean, you can sit next to a person and feel when they're sad, right? Which then means, I'm glad you brought up animals, because a lot of us eat them. How are those treated, right? Are you ingesting something that was tortured? Are you pulling on any of that energy? You know what I mean? This is just another challenge to your belief. You got to think, if the magic of us is in us, right? All of the things that is outside of us is what we're allowing to come in. You know, from the food you eat, from the shows you watch, from the emotions you have based on the interactions with the people that you knew and had them with. You don't have to be unhappy ever. You don't. You are in control of that. You, at every single step of your day, have a choice in that moment on how you're going to receive and respond. So,
okay, I'm just want to try to expound on what you were saying, and I kind of lost my train of thought, but I do have a question for you.
Shoot.
What do you get out of this number 12? Because I know you're good with numbers. So what?
I get the number 3.
Okay, so
1 + 2 = 3. 3 is the number of all. Father, Son, Holy Ghost, mind, body, spirit. The Holy Trinity, the first of the 369.
Okay.
Cancer is 69. Put a 3 in it, 369. 369 is based on they call it Nikola Tesla's code for manifestation is 369, right?
Okay.
And I've seen the video on it. I've seen a bunch of videos on it. I highly recommend you guys looking at the video on
What
is
that?
It's the Nikola Tesla 369, or the power of 369. 369. It'll trip you out.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. Because like 9, I think, crazy thing about 9 is anytime 9 is added to 9, it'll equal 9. So 9 + 9 is 18. 1 + 8 is 9. 9 + 18 is 27. 2 + 7 is 9. 9 + 27 is 36. 3 + 6 is 9. 9 + 36 is 45. 4 + 5 is 9. And so on and so forth and blah, 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 blah. Right? Yeah. Vince looking at me like, what?
Yeah. And
I got that from 12. So
no, but that's a good thing. And that's something that we weren't taught the numbers. You know, I'm just saying, you know, as like we were taught numbers, but actually, as you're saying that, the numbers do have a meaning. That's why, because I've been meaning to ask you, and now that you say that 1 + 2 is 3, and then on the picture, one of the pictures I pulled up, they got the Trinity. They got they got that Trinity right there. They got
triangle.
the triangle, because they got Christ sitting here, then they got the Virgin sitting here, but and they have a Trinity sign, right? Kind of the triangle sitting right there. So that's that's powerful. See, and this is why I'm glad that we set up this platform, because this is opening up things in my perception and perspective, just like you say, because those things that I were taught, and my parents taught me a lot of good things, but as I am evolving, there are so many things, I just like learning something every day. So I'm with that. The Trinity, the 1 plus 2 is 3.
Yeah, so that's what I got out of 12. But the other cool thing about this, man, is the reason why I said something about life path numbers, the reason why we have been led to this point of the discussion in regards to challenging beliefs, right? Or just learning more. Really, that's what it is. You want to challenge a belief, learn more about it, right? So when you learn your astrological sign and your life path number, and then you start to delve deeper and look for a deeper meaning or more meaning, right? Numbers is something that I have recognized ever since I was a child, right? I would always break down numbers, right? We all have our own special powers. You know what I'm saying? Like we come into this world learning the basic ways of the world, right? But the reality of it is there's more to us in this world, right? There's a whole different world inside of you. And DNA breaks down the numbers. There are so many variations of things, but back to learning yourself, your life path numbers and things like that. This is something that'll help you find your purpose, right? This will help you find your purpose in life. This is something where the more you start to learn about you, the more you start to give yourself self-love, right? The more you are more self-aware, right? You'll start to recognize the things that you truly enjoy, right? And then this plays into a real manifestation from the background of my belief system that still benefits me to this day, right? I believe God will give us the desires of our heart, right? Except if your heart has been programmed in fear, if your diet keeps you unhealthy, right? So you're worried about your health, then that is what you're consistently thinking, right? Whereas when you give yourself self-love, self-awareness, right, and self-reflection, you find the things that you truly want for yourself, because we're all here for a purpose, and the purpose is not a self-serving purpose. It's a purpose to help each other enjoy this experience much more, right? It's the spark of life in each of us that we never visit, right? We're too busy doing to have something, right, that means nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? We want to have a beautiful cell, like prison cell. These houses, people get lost in houses, right? That house becomes your living graveyard, because all you do is wake up out of it, right, to go somewhere else to fund somebody else's dream with your time, talent, and resource, right? Only to come back to this house and then be worried about all of the inner workings of the house, right? The people in it, the electricity bill, all of these different things, when what would really make you happy would be spending time with the people in the house outside of the house, because you don't want to be in the house no more. You know what I mean? It's our place to retreat to, and we think it's for comfort. But then when you get in the confines of your house, and I hope you all have a beautiful and peaceful home. I know I love my home. Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful for it, right? But when you get in your house, what happens? Pay attention. This is being self-aware. What are your go-to routines? Challenge those. Don't just come in and throw your keys on the table because that's where they go. I mean, this is a bad example, but if that's what you do and then you immediately turn on the TV or sit down and open up your phone and then start flipping through the reels, I do that too. You know what I'm saying? But I don't do it every day. I challenge it. You know what I mean? When you wake up in the morning, if you really want to challenge your belief, right? Wake up, do a quick little stretch. Just do a stretch. Drink some water. Better yet, here's what I used to tell my son to do. Wake up, have a little glass of water. I drink bottled water, spring water. I have it next to the bed. It's the first thing I do when I wake up. I drink it and then I say thank you, right? Then what I used to tell my son as a little kid to do is stand up in the champion pose, where you stand straight up, hands above your head like you are victorious over something, right? Do that for 15 seconds. It increases the circulation in your body, right? You are now letting that stagnant blood when you were laying down now flow a little bit more, right? Then shake your body off. Then sit down for a second and take a deep breath. Not sit back, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, no, better yet, make your bed. Make your bed. In the military, they taught us, make your bed. It'll be the first thing that you complete that day. That is your very first victory other than waking up, right? But challenge your routines if they aren't serving you. Challenge your beliefs if they aren't serving you. So if you have a belief system right now that you've believed all of your life, and I'm not saying it didn't work because you've made it thus far. Maybe you just need to believe more in it. See, I love when I do watch TV, right? I like those old kingdom shows, right? Because the thing that everybody has fought over from the beginning of time is what to believe in. All of these wars have a religious undertone. Well, whose God or whose belief system wants us to fight and kill each other? That's not a belief system that's serving us. If our government supports things like that, then this is not a system that is serving us, right? If you feel bad during your day, you are not serving you. Challenge that in yourself. Challenge that in your activity and into politics. Challenge that in your belief into your heart's true desire. Challenge it in your belief of what is that voice that says plant in your mind? What eyes see your dreams? Challenge your beliefs just so you can challenge the confines of a small box that you don't have to live in anymore. Life is much better. Just know the only thing you don't have to challenge is the fact that, hand on my heart, I love y'all. Peace, love, light, be right.
You guys have a great day. And let me say this. Another powerful podcast.
I was waiting for it.
With Be Right and B-Dub. Did we learn something today?
Amen.
Yes, we did. We learned a lot today. Challenge those belief systems, because I'm going to challenge mine for sure. When I wake up in the morning, and I'm going to challenge that belief system, because there's some things that I believe that I've been taught that I'm probably still holding on to. But once again, another powerful podcast. Focus Media TV, look out for that. And then also we got another young lady, VIP with Nikki B, so we putting it together.
Shout out Nikki B. I look forward to meeting you, sweetheart. I think you got a great voice and you got amazing content. You guys got to check her out. She's dope.
Oh yeah, so you guys have a great day.